Hello and welcome to this live Forex day trading. My name is MINDBLOWING. I'm a Forex trader and I'm here to help you become a better Forex trader. Today, this morning of 26th of January, we're going to go through what has happened today, what I'm expecting for the rest of the day, and how we see the future. Because there has been some amazing things happening this morning. We have made profits. So everyone who is here today, I am happy for every single one of you who are here today. And you know what? I think it's going to be amazing, another amazing day. I think that we should be able to have a good collective thought process of what we should do as traders. I may want to change my wordings of how I speak to you today. We should think more like investors. How does investors think? How do they speak? And how should we think and approach the market in the most sensible, logical, systematical way we possibly can without having too much emotions? I think removing emotions from our trading is one of the biggest, maybe the biggest task that you have in becoming a better or maybe even more professional trader. So I don't know, where do we start? We start off maybe by planning. Yesterday I published a video to the mentorship group. I think they really liked that one. I was pretty spot on yesterday, I think. Just see if I can find it for you. Because all the things that I said in that video yesterday is probably gone by now, but let's see if I can find it. That would be probably the best idea at the moment. Here we have. Pick up a link that can be shared. Great. So if you want to see that one, so I'm going to give you, I think it's once in a lifetime, I'm actually going to give you a link here. So for that link, you would then be able to see that yesterday we went through and said, okay, if price comes up to this price, we would sell. If price comes up to this price, we should sell. Hey, Secret Box, how are you today? I'm going to go through now how I planned for today, what I want you to do in your planning, and I will just go through how I would do it, and then we'll take Forex pairs as well. So as you can see here, we already got an entry here, pretty good, already down or up or whatever you call it, already in 16 pips, 21 pips, and was 43 pips at max today. Stop loss above this previous high, and it was never activated because we went straight into profit. Boom. Awesome. Pretty straightforward. Let's go to Euro. Euro, we said at 21.45.46, I think I said yesterday, maybe 21.46. Looks like a pretty good entry if you ask me. And then if you come up to 21.60, we would short it again. And I said I would probably want that price more than that price, but still, we got what we got. So, yeah, pretty straightforward day. We are currently in profit, but I don't like the last hour's pullback here, so we just 10 pips in profit, but we're down 40 pips there. Pretty great, pretty awesome. For pound, unless you entered at market open, which I also talk about sometimes, you would have got an entry because the daily and this price 36.80 and 36.98 didn't get activated. No stop loss activated here. But if you entered as open market open as I did, I think I did that. I will have to check. You would be straight pretty good in profit right now. So this is how I do it, and this is what I did. Can we set up a buy for USD CAD? I also went through USD CAD yesterday and I said that is a buy. Great. And you're like wondering like what? But we already went higher. Okay. But my big not question, but my big concern is that we don't have a trend at the moment. I don't know if that is really a trend even. We really don't have a trend. We are still in some consolidation mode. We are still in, we don't have higher high, we don't have a higher low in this time frame, so we're just stuck somewhere in here. So I really don't want to look for a buy. I want to be an investor and think, where can I have the best opportunities for the minimum loss? And I don't agree that this is the best of them all. Mostly because it doesn't trend. Yes, can you see this is a trend? Yeah, probably. But that's still within, like, I would still consider that to be somewhere I don't like to trade. I would trade the tops and bottoms of it, but in this box I just made here, that is where I'm most likely to lose money. So if I know I'm likely to lose money in these kind of market conditions, I'm not going to be aggressive. As you can see, price hasn't broken out of this box yet. As you can see, the reason why I made that box is this high, this high, this high, and this high. And only this low here. Okay? And this low here. So I would look for a buy. But if you were to push me towards the edge and say, hey, you have to. On a 4 hour, I would still like to see price coming down to 27.34, maybe. That's something at least. And I would say if price now goes higher than this price, then you can look for a buy and you can just move yourself upwards. But on a 1 hour time frame, we're actually at support now. So that's interesting. But this move down is very aggressive. So I don't know where this is going to end. But yeah, if you're really looking for a buy, I think now is your second chance. It's a bit early for the pullback though. It should be pullback between 10 and 11:30, which is from 5 minutes until 1.5 hours. So okay, cool, whatever. And then you can look for targets towards 28.71. All right, great. If you're doing USD CAD, you also have to use you look at US oil, which did respect my sell price at 53. Great, pretty awesome. But it has now come back again, so I'm just wondering what makes everything rise so fast. That would be my most important thing that I should have done before I started the live session. But is there any news that would make this one? Well, it's a Tuesday, I guess. That would push up the stock market anyways, but no, not really. The only thing that this might be this one, but probably not. Other than that, what is a good buy price for US oil, you might ask? Oh, that was 52.34. Great. What was a good sell price, you might ask? Oh, 53 or 52.88. We got that yesterday at one. I made the video yesterday. Great. And right now you should be break even. And if you're stopped out, you're stopped out. Great. Great. That's pretty awesome. Because you do your job. Your job is now to not lose money in this situation where you already sold at the best possible price for today. All right. And then if you see this is as a second chance, great. If you feel like that's a second chance. But your job is now to not lose money. Now that you have made money here, your job is not to lose it. Okay? And as an investor, are we in a downtrend? No, not really. We don't have new lower lows. We have a set of lower highs compared to those highs. But I would then need to see that before I can continue. So even though if I tried here, I will be like, that's a try. That's an attempt to get it to stick. But as a balanced trader, I don't want to add into another position that I've already made money on. So I will just wait for that to happen. Okay, great. Awesome. Pretty awesome. What are they saying today? They're saying falling pressure. Okay, great. Seems like okay. Great. Great. We're already in that one. What else do you want to tell me today? Nothing else? Nothing else. I'm just looking at what other people are looking at, basically. Where did I go now? Pound? We did pound? Yeah, we did pound. Great. Gold. Oh. Okay. All right. All right. This investment doesn't give you any yield. It doesn't yield anything at the moment. As you can see, we are just in a range between 1800 and 1875. I want this to skyrocket. Though I don't give investment advice, I only tell you how you should think in any given situation. It's totally up to you. And yeah, that's that. So for me, I would say great. I will wait for this one to break out. Especially when price is that way, then even though my fundamental bias says up, I'm thinking up for various reasons. But let's say low interest rates, let's say seasonality, let's say risk of inflation or hyperinflation for that matter, risk of inflation, low interest rates, seasonality, and personal bias. Okay, so I felt like that's a good. Hi Annabelle, what do you think about USD Swissy? Do you have any? Okay, first of all, where do you think dollar is gonna go? As your as a professional trader, you have to think before you look at trading pairs, right? So you have to find pairs that fits your view. So the first question I would ask then, what is your direction on dollar? It doesn't need to give me a reason. It can just be for whatever reason you feel like it. But generally speaking, for 2021, you should be going with one direction. The same thing with CHF. So I'm really wondering what you would say there. And then for gold, I'm only going to say I will come back in another day, maybe a different session, maybe this evening, maybe tomorrow morning, to see if anything has changed. Of course, the risk then is that this price is going to do that, but even though if it does that, it still has a pullback. Even though if it does that, it still has a pullback. Even though if it does that, it still has a pullback on the smaller time frames. So even though if it shoots up like a rocket star, boom, I would still be in it in the end. Right? Great. You're talking about USD Swissy. Great. Always makes me so happy. Okay, right. Alrighty then. That sounds amazing. Just a small technical introduction to USD. We are in a range. And how do you behave in a range is differently from when you are in a trend where you're supposed to be. So the answer to my own question, so you don't answer Annabelle, is that dollar is supposed to fall. Swissy is supposed to fall. That means, oops, that means range. You're trading two currencies against each other that is supposed to do the same thing. When 1 over 1, this is fractions, and then you say both of them decreases in value, go to 0.5 and 0.5, the value is still 1. It's still 1 value. But if you find a currency pair that does the opposite of that, where you go from 1 to 1 to 1 divided by 2, you all of a sudden get a different value, 0.5. Alright, so USD is supposed to do the same thing. It's just supposed to go in a range. So there is not a lot of money to be made here. Why wouldn't, so for today, by the way, for this week, let me show you for this week. For this week, we have risen, great, 40 pips. Okay, let's go to any other, let's say USDM. We have now fallen 43 pips, but we have been up 66. Okay, for pound yen, we are now up 57 pips, 53, and total 88. I would rather be up 88 pips than struggling with my maximum of 38. That is that double? That's double the amount. Okay, double the amount in pound yen compared to USD. But yes, the overall direction is up to the upside, and it is a target of 89.32. Okay, there's your question. There's your answer. That's the direction. But yeah, nothing else than that. Don't really bother me. Doesn't really bother me anything else than that. And that's just up to the previous high. Great. Still continuing to the range. New Zealand dollar, US dollar. New Zealand has been very strong as of late. As of yesterday, was almost making a new higher high. Today has come back faithfully back to the same price. But you know what? Let's look at what happened on daily. This is probably when you will be break even and you'll be stopped out. Okay, great. Doesn't really matter. New Zealand is a strong one, and that is just what happens. But because you have other pairs as well, you have Euro, you have Aussie, you have Pound, you have Australian, all making money. So if one goes out, great. In a currency where you have 5 different pairs you can trade, 2 of them or 3 of them might actually work out. So today we have luckily New Zealand dollar, great. Bothers me 0. Yeah. So that is that, and then I would say this is a range on a smaller time frame. New Zealand is strong. New Zealand came back down to buy area, and nothing is new, I guess. The other thing that kind of worries me is the range. We haven't really come down to the buy price of 71.40. If I was a buyer, I would love that price. As a seller, I would think, yeah, great. We can take it down there as well. But I would take it a bit lower as a seller. I would down to 70, yeah, 77.70, 70. That would be a much greater trade for me. And I've already got my entry. I already have my target, and I'm ready to go and ready to rumble. Stop loss above this one here, and if it does go up here, great, whatever, doesn't matter. That is how I want you to trade as well. Carefree. you should be thinking about your possibilities. And every single evening, or at least from this evening, market, end of the market in the evening. So that's 5 p.m. for New York, 11 p.m. for me, and I don't know what is in Asia, probably a 6 or 8 a.m. That's when I put my entries or put my orders in, go to bed, wakes up, and ta-da! At least today was lots of profits. So 1 hour a day makes you, maybe half an hour even, is the one that I use to actually look at the market. But then I have you helping you out and stuff like that. Then I do more than that, but I wouldn't necessarily need more than that. For pound yen, or do we have pound yen here? Okay, we haven't. Great, whatever. I would say for the daily, that was the run. Now we are pulling back. I don't like the pullback, but they were pulling back. We made a lower low compared to those lows and that low and that low. So we have definitely turned around. The big question for pound yen today is, where do we stop this pullback? How do we now find a new entry? When you have so fearful pullbacks, as you can see here, same thing from yesterday. The only thing is, where do we start falling again? I can start selling again, but I don't know if it's going to be sell here or sell here or sell here. How do I determine that? Not more than resistance. And this might actually be the top for now. But another thing that I'm very worried about is this take profit already this early, is that sellers took profit in the buy area for pound yen. And what have the buy area done to pound yen as of late, you might ask? Let's see. Buy. Okay. That didn't work out. That didn't open there even. But yeah. Buy area. Buy area. Well, that didn't work out, did it? Buy area. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 out of 6 attempts in the buy area, it went higher. Are we going to say this is going to do that again? Probably. So I'm not going to be aggressive on this one. Okay, but I can put some 20% of my normal lot size in. Great, because I am a seller. It is at resistance, and that is what I expect for pound yen. The other question is, will I then lose money? What is my likeliness to lose money in this situation? I would say probably high. But that doesn't really bother me, because I have already entered up here. Did I enter there? Or I just put an order up here and I didn't get entered. I think I will put an order in. I didn't get filled. And I'm good profit. So for me to come back here and say, hey, what's up, bro? Looks like a nice pullback today. Yeah. I would take that when I'm done, I guess. Stop loss should be above, oops. Stop loss should be above there. 29 pips. Yeah. It's pretty good. Pretty awesome. All right. Let's go through it. Australian dollar, US dollar is coming in for pullback at the moment. Then I would say great, pullback. Looks for a short opportunity. Euro dollar. I could have taken that one. Came up for a new sell opportunity. Okay, all right. Would have been a great one, but okay. Missed that one. Pound dollar is still coming up, so that's potentially a new short. And we've already shorted here. We have already shorted here, and we have already shorted here. Great. Everything is looking great. New Zealand coming back up to the same entry. I don't like that, so might go to break even now. USD CAD came back to support. Maybe. USD yen coming back up to resistance. Okay. Has now double bottomed. Interesting. Okay. So what did I say back in January? I don't know if you remember that, but if you're not here, great. I think EUR USD is good for sell now. Yeah, but you're also very late, secret box. It is not a good place to think at 10 a.m. An hour later than London Open to look for entries. I want you to look for entries. Let's see if we can find it now. On your dollar, you should be looking for entries at this particular point here, when price is here. That is so much better entry. And instead of, if price now goes higher, let's say price goes higher, price goes up to 21.53. In this situation, when you're here, you would lose. This trade you will lose. But if you're in here already, you just break even. And over time, that has an effect on your trading, right? So if I can say, you can say now is a good sell, yes. But as a planned, structured, systematical trader that I want you to be, that is not reacting to the market, but you have already planned what you think is going to happen and then play it out. Yesterday would have been a great day. And then now you have, I don't know what it is, 12 hours until the next time. So now you can trade, now you can set up trade for tomorrow. Today is already gone. Yesterday is already gone. And I'm already thinking about, as a planned trader, I'm more thinking about December. January's gone. January's totally gone. I'm thinking February. What trades am I taking in February? What prices do I want to start selling or buying in February on Euro USD, for example? I'm already there. So if this Euro USD now goes up to 1st of February, what am I going to do? What is your plan? This is how I want you to think. If it falls down and ends low on 1st of February, what do you do then? The other thing is there's an FOMC meeting tomorrow. Does that affect your plans? Does that affect your trading? Does that affect how you would plan your moves? Probably. And yeah, so where was I? Australia. Yeah, coming up to resistance. Probably a good sell as a second attempt for today, but this was the best idea yesterday. Okay. This, oops. This sell entry here at 80.59 was the best price for today and the best place to sell. Great. Euro yen, same thing. Best place to sell yesterday. Came down, came back up again. Probably new good to sell, but not as good as yesterday. Pound yen coming straight up like a rocket ship at the moment. So I'm still just waiting for this one to turn around and say bye-bye. But yeah. If you sold up here, you would be break even now. If you're selling here, you have the whole 29 pips to lose instead of just losing nothing. New Zealand yen coming back up to resistance again. Really don't like that one. Didn't make a lower low, so this is strongly bullish at the moment still. So yeah, whatever. You are welcome. So everyone that has been here today, I have been here for 30 minutes. That's great. Gone through the majors. I've gone through dollars, yens, oil, gold, problemless silver. I can do Euro New Zealand and then Euro ZAR. and I think I'm pretty good done. I know people have asked about buying Euro New Zealand. I would say wait for 1st of February. That is how many days? That is 6 days from today. Currently, New Zealand is very strong. And if you're thinking of buying, you have prices trying to go down, trying to go down, trying to go down, trying to go down. It hasn't turned around. The thing is, what I did as a new trader is, oh, this is support. This is going to hold forever. But what I have learned is, as still price is still trying to push lower, that doesn't make this floor stronger or weaker. It just says that here it failed, but here it failed. And what I then see is they are trying again, they're trying again, they're trying again. There are still strong sellers coming in. That is not what I want to have in my trading, right? So if you are like, I want to buy this one, I have a message for you. Wait for a new higher high, continuation, and when price is trying to break a lower low, a bottom, that is not a situation you want to be in. So great. But of course, 1st of February. Then USD ZAR, I haven't done it in a long time. I'm thinking of selling this one. So what kind of prices, what kind of technical analysis do I need to have to sell this one? Okay, see. Here we have sell. Pretty awesome, straightforward. If so, I don't want price to be above this price. That is very close at the moment. I don't like that. I would like that to happen, and then this is probably then plan B, plan C, plan Z, whatever. As we have been selling in a downtrend, selling in a downtrend, selling in a downtrend, I didn't personally, but the market did. Now we have had a relief rally. Now we have come down to the same support again, and we have broken high. We are going higher. I'm not going to be the first one to buy this one, not to sell this one. So I'll wait for this one to reverse. What else I'm expecting? Maybe a double top, lower low, lower high. Then you can sell, but I think this has way more bullish potential because currently it is at support. Currently it's turning higher, and we barely went into the buy price and then skyrocketed up. That means there's a lot of buyers, there's a lot of potential here, there's a lot of momentum to the upside. So I'm not going to be there and stand in front of it. Okay, all right, that sounds amazing. Any other thing that I want to mention to you guys other than, no, I think I'm good. Aus New Zealand, I said that was a target. Boom. I think it was Bravo that asked about it, or Random X. I think it was a moment chart, but yeah, great, brilliant. I posted this chart yesterday, and I said that would be the target for you, and you actually have reached target. So happy profits, bro. I'm happy for you. Great. If nothing else, there have nothing said left. Nothing else has been said. No other questions. No other trade plans. No other things. I will give you 1 minute to react to that. I will then go and look at this US Treasury that is currently going higher. That would be perfect for me. I want this to go higher because that would also suggest that dollar strength should come in. So look at the XY at the moment, just seeing how that is going. Fantastic. So seems like it came into sell price. Pretty good slam down. And came back to the same price again. that's where you will find buyers to defend it again. And if it starts going higher again, great. Can you do Parveen Stark? All right. That's a new one I haven't seen in a while. So, first of all, first question is, where do you think where do you think euro and Australian dollar is gonna go? Where is euro? Where is euro going to go? Where do you think? What is your plan? What is your fundamental bias? Or is it just something in between something? In the meantime, I can make some plans and some drawings. Okay. I haven't got any response from that yet, but I would just wait for that. But here is the sell price. Here is the buy price. Pretty standard, pretty great. Boom. Should be profits by now. Are you thinking of higher? Then you should have been buying yesterday at 1 p.m. That's 20 hours ago, probably. And now what? Now what? I would say that this is a sell, this is a buy, this is probably break even. Or still in it. And you're hoping for this one to go lower if you're a seller, and this one to go higher if you're a buyer. This was your first entry, and if you're a buyer, you still have entry back in 56.83. Technically, we're actually going higher. We just have a strong pullback at the moment. Maybe that's where we're actually going to go anyways. But those are your two prices you are likely to go to, and then 59, 159, 58.90, give or take. That is your target for buyers. And then for sellers, you're thinking more down to 55.80. But then you need to break this low, and you make to break this low, and then pull back and then sell, and then take it down. Great. Thank you guys for joining in today. I was here for 37 minutes. That sounds a great meeting to me this morning. It's been an amazing morning. I would say woke up with tons of profits. And then when I woke up a bit later, now it's a bit less profits. But yeah, it was a pretty good morning. Pretty good night. Pretty good. Everything is pretty good. I haven't counted the pips I have made this morning though. But let's call it some hundreds. Some hundreds. Okay. I also want you to be able to do that. So I do have a mentorship at evanfx.com. I do have a Discord channel, link in the description, I guess. I also have merch if you want to have that. So I think that's also a link in bio. So yeah, boom. Give this video a like if you had value from it. Other than that, great. Jake asks for oil, and I did oil earlier today, and I said, if you're a seller, you should have sold here yesterday evening at 52.92. If you were a buyer, you should have bought at 52.41. I don't know which going to win, but that's up to the market. Great. I've done oil already. You can go back, and it's still in a range, but your two prices for today is already gone. You should plan your trade plan should be done at market close at around 23 around midnight for me, and 5 p.m. New York time, or 5 a.m. Asia time. Now it's gone. Now it's too late. You have to start planning the day before it actually happens. Great. I think it's going to go lower, and probably not agreeing with me. But this should be break even now. This trade should be break even now. And we should all see what the market decides. Great. Boom. Take care. Have fun. And don't risk money you can't afford to lose. And let's go to war.